Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihare. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhare. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhare. Jashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Jashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Jamuna Tira Vanachari. Jamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihare. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihare. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhare. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhare. Jashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Jashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Jamuna Tira Vanachare. Jamuna Tira Vanachare. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihare. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihare. Jayam Vishwapada Paramahamsa Parivrajakacarya Stuttar Sasasya Śrīmad His Divine Grace Lord Bhaichana Arvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Jagadguru Śrīla Prabhupada ki Samaveta Bhaktivinoda ki Jai Nitai Gaur Premanande. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. Glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. We are reading from Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Canto 8, chapter number 7 and text number 22. Okay. Lord Shiva saves the universe. त्वमेकः सर्वजगतः ईश्वरः बन्धमोक्षयोः तं त्वाम् अर्चन्ति कुशलाः प्रपन्न अर्ति अर्हम् गुरुम् त्वमेकः सर्वजगतः ईश्वरो बन्धमोक्षयोः त्वं चामर्तिम् अर्तिं कुशलाः प्रपन्नार्तिहरं गुरुम् त्वमेकः सर्वजगतः ईश्वरो बन्धमोक्षयोः तं त्वामर्चन्ति कुशलाः प्रपन्नार्तिहरं गुरुम् त्वमेकः सर्वजगतः ईश्वरो बन्धमोक्षयोः तं त्वामर्चन्ति कुशलाः प्रपन्नार्तिं हरं गुरुम् Mothers, Tvamekaha. Your Lordship is indeed Sarva Jagataha, of the three worlds. Ishvaraha, the controller. Bandha Mokshayo, of both bondage and liberation. Tam, that controller. Tvam Archanti, worship you. Kushalaha, persons who want good fortune. Prapan Arti Haram, who can mitigate all the distresses of a sheltered devotee. Gurum, you who act as a good advisor to all fallen souls. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Śrīla Prabhupada. O Lord, you are the cause of bondage and liberation of the entire universe because you are its ruler. Those who are advanced in spiritual consciousness surrender unto you, and therefore you are the cause of mitigating their distresses, and you are also the cause for their liberation. We therefore worship your lordships. Actually, Lord Vishnu maintains and accomplishes all good fortune. If one has to take shelter of Lord Vishnu, why should the demigods take shelter of Lord Shiva? They did so because Lord Vishnu acts through Lord Shiva in the creation of the material world. Lord Shiva acts on behalf of Lord Vishnu. When Lord says in Bhagavad Gita, 14th chapter, 4th verse, that He is the father of all living entities, Aham Bija Pradapita. This refers to the actions performed by Lord Vishnu through Lord Shiva. Lord Vishnu is always unattached to the material activities, and when material activities are to be performed, Lord Vishnu performs through Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva is therefore worshipped on the level of Lord Vishnu. When Lord Vishnu is untouched by the external energy, He is Lord Vishnu, but when He is touched with the external energy, He appears in His feature as Lord Shiva. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshul Militanyena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Juta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsya Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunatha Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitavasya He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Sri Haripriya Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namaham Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Śrīmate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktavranda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. O Lord, you are the cause of bondage and liberation and entire universe because you are its ruler. Those who are advanced in spiritual consciousness surrender unto you, and therefore you are the cause of mitigating their distresses, and you are also the cause of their liberation. We therefore worship your lordship. This verse is describing the unique position of Lord Shiva. It's not one way or other. If we see the second Purushavatar, Hiranyagarbha or Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, he takes charge of a particular universe, and then he expands himself for controlling the three modes of material nature as Brahma. Vishnu is another expansion, and as well as Lord Shiva. And they take charge of mode of passion, sattva, and ignorance. But themselves are not in ignorance. Neither Brahma nor Lord Shiva, they are not in ignorance. They exert the influence when time comes. And they are in control of. So therefore, in the beginning, all the Prajapatis were formed. So Atri Rishi also was one of to be Prajapati. He requested all three of them, because you are the controller of this material universe, equally powerful. So you three are supreme for a particular universe. So he invited all three of them to become their son. When they appeared before Atri and Anusaya, they were perplexed. I wanted the Supreme to appear as our child. How come all three of you are here? Well, you invited three of us, knowing that we are equally controller of a particular universe. So yes, but Atri and Anusaya do not know who will be the Supreme, Absolute. So all three of them says, because you invited, we will have to give you one son each. So Brahma begot the son as Soma, and Brahma said, you should be the king of moon. Then Vishnu said, I am also supposed to, give you a son, so he's Dattatreya. And Lord Shiva says, okay, I'm giving you Durvasa as the son. So, not knowing who is the Supreme Person, they all three ended up exerting their potency to fulfill the desire of Atri and Anusaya. Well, they desired Supreme, but conception of Supreme was not much clear to them at that time. Who is the cause of all causes? So, now here, the demigods are worshipping Lord Shiva because the time of devastation is prematurely arising in churning the ocean when poison is the first product. Poison is the first product. So who could do that? So they remember something, that there is some kind of unity between the three, right? So they are equally powerful because they all emanate from the same Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Vishnu, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. But to control the three modes of material nature, they have been designated. But that is not all in all. What is their service? Just to exert the modes? No. Their service is towards pleasure of the Supreme Lord. So therefore they are all acting very cooperatively. Brahma is supposed to create the progeny by producing Prajapatis, and that function was going on. So Brahma was okay. Lord Shiva came out from the Bhrukuti of Brahma, the forehead. Why? Because there is frustration in begetting the child. Even Brahma feels the frustration when 4 Kumaras came out first and they denied to carry on the order of being a Prajapati by their father. Father says, my God, they are opposing me right away from the very beginning. They are not going to follow me. So he became angry. When Rajoguna is not satisfied, anger comes. Kama esha krodha esha Rajoguna samudbhava. That principle will be there. But then, Brahma's frustration, through the Bhrukuti, Lord Shiva appeared. And he came crying, therefore he is called Rudra. Rudra means he came because he didn't want to become a Prajapati. Why Brahma is forcing him to become a Prajapati? So therefore, he also says that this is against my desire. Brahma says, you are crying, yes, tell me what I should do. Lord Shiva says, okay, become Prajapati, because Brahma doesn't know any damn thing other than becoming Prajapati. That is his main function. So Lord Shiva started executing the order. So, oh my God, because mode of ignorance is prevailing, the 11 Rudras and their progeny became Bhairavas, and they are Bhayanak. Bhairava means Bhayanak, very dangerous. And because they are filled with more tamogun, they are very destructive in nature. Where do they find the destruction? With the progeny of the demigods or the rishis. They were also the Manasputra. So there was clash, and Bhairavas are devouring them. And Brahma said, to become a Prajapati is not easy. He has to face all these things, undesirable things, because every living entity has a different perception for existence. And when mode of ignorance prevails over even mode of Rajoguna, then the Praja will not be at all getting any hopeful, existence of peace and prosperity. That is only controlled by Lord Vishnu. So, Lord Vishnu is not producing any children, but he is the seed-giving father. He is the seed-giving father. So he entrusted Lord Shiva. But when Lord Shiva produced Rudras and Bhairavas, and they were simply clashing with the progeny of the rishis, and they are in mode of goodness. So Brahma got frustrated. He called Lord Shiva. Can you stop being Prajapati? Then what should I do? Become a mendicant. You are self-sufficient yourself. You don't have to go and beg, but you have to show detachment from this material world. So since then, carrying out the order of Brahma, Lord Shiva, duty-bound, he wears deer skin or tiger skin and keeps on meditating and chanting Mahashankarshan mantra. Have you ever seen Lord Shiva's other positions or other activities except this kind of dress? And Daksha was calling it, he's a jungly, insulting him. But chanting Hare Krishna mantra, Mahashankarshan mantra, which he is the origin, transformation from Mahashankarshan, secondary Mahashankarshan, to Lord Shiva. So he is in position himself between spiritual and material. But he occupies both the places, spiritual also and material also. We learn this in Śrīmad Bhāgavatam by Sanatana Goswami, that on the material side, his place of existence is called Mahakalapur. In Ujjain, Mahakal is there. But Pura means the city. City of Mahakal is beyond the layers of earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, and ego. So he is exactly very near to the ego aspect, Mahakalpur, but on this side, material side of Virja river. But across Virja river is Kailash, that is spiritual, where Lord Shiva in his spiritual identity, Vaishnavanam Yatha Sambhum, is exhibited there. So in material world, he has also to control the mode of ignorance, smash the false ego of everyone, because only by meditating on his spiritual aspect, Lord Shiva maintains and smashes everyone who takes shelter of him. First, remove his false ego. Otherwise, ego is manifested by the soul covered up in the mode of ignorance. So, mode of ignorance stops at Lord Shiva. If they do not fall in the footsteps of Lord Shiva, how to smash the false ego, they'll be loitering around like ghost goblins. And they are the one who are suspended souls after the gross body is gone. So Lord Shiva has an accompaniment of all this. So here we are coming to the point that why these demigods are worshipping Lord Shiva, that he is the origin of, or the karanam for bandha moksha. Even bondage is coming through him and liberation is also coming through him. He shows both the nature. Himself becomes example of liberation, but because of mode of ignorance, people are not knowing the position of their soul and want to indulge in the activities which are binding to them. It's not Rajoguna is the cause. Brahma is the first expansion or first living entity of Lord Vishnu. So spiritual powers have been invested in them. But Brahma cannot beget himself. He can formulate different kinds of bodies, 8.4 million species of life through the permutation and combination of the three modes of material nature. That is a visarga. But actually, here Lord Shiva's important function to indulge with Mother Prakriti or Durga Devi, to beget. That is also very interesting. Lord Shiva was going for meditation and left Parvati behind, but she had benediction that by your desire you can produce children alone without me. So fine. So it comes in the Purana, Shiva Purana, that Parvati was taking bath and she thought there is nobody to look after her. So she created from the dirt in her nail a shape of a boy and a girl. All right? The boy was none other than Ganesh, all right? But the girl is called Okha, or somehow or another. There is also, she became Usha also. Okha or Usha, as a Banasura's daughter. All right? But Okha was timid by nature, and she told her son to protect her, so stay at the gate, so nobody can enter. Now, the boy did not know, and Lord Shiva all of a sudden comes, and the boy challenged, "Hey, you cannot go, my mother is taking bath." He said, "Who the hell you are?" It is not mode of ignorance, but it is the working of providence. And they say the fighting went on, and Lord Shiva threw his trishul to chop up the head of the boy, and then entered. But seeing this fighting, the Okha was hiding herself in a big container of salt. So she melted down. So again, becoming a Prajapati is not easy. The boy was sacrificed and the girl was melted. Never expected this, but this is material nature. And Lord Shiva knows how to control. So when he came and Parvati taking bath got startled, "What happened? How could you come even?" He says, "I have killed that boy who was protecting." "So why did you do it? It's your son." Lord Shiva says, "Oh my God." Lord Shiva is not ignorant, but he is acting through the potency of Lord Vishnu. It's the transformation only. So, but the transformation is in between the reality and temporality. That is the point we have to understand. It's a transformation in between. So, the reality that Lord Shiva is Mahashankarshan in his original rupa, and here his progeny is going to be material. He says, "No. Anyway, I will revive him. So whoever comes first, I'll set his head on him." And so elephant came, and that's how elephant head was set on that boy who became he's only benedicted at the head of all the demigods. It's called Ganesh. Ganapati. Gana means assembly of all the demigods. It's called Gana. Assembly of the devotees is also called Gana. Right? Gopi Ganesh. Hey, Baba, what is Gopi Ganesh? Gopi Gana Isha, controller. Who? Radharani. In Vishnu Sahasranam, her name is Gopi Ganesh. So anyway, this is this story for the kids to understand also. I'm not taking too much intricate situations. But this is the beginning of setting a household. Do you think it is easy? Kama esha, krodha esha, rajoguna samudbhava, mahashano mahapapma, nitya vairanam. These two modes, kama is mode of rajoguna. If it is not satisfied, it's going to turn into wrath, ignorance. So, Lord Shiva is doing a thankless task. Then he was so much secure, so much that I don't want to beget unnecessary or without any a tangible result. But when demigods saw that they need a chief of army, when Indra was defeated, they all begged Lord Shiva, and Lord Shiva denied. So they sent Kamadeva to entice Lord Shiva. Right? And Lord Shiva got disturbed by Kamadeva. He opened up his third eye and burnt him to ashes. But he was also shot. So Shanmukham or Kartikeya was born. So this is the situation according to time and circumstances that material nature has come about. And Brahma, even though he is the grandsire of all the Prajapatis, because he has to act through the mode of passion, but it is so dangerous, very dangerous, because it affords the sleeping soul to come and enter, to have a better opportunity in the human form of life by understanding his position, inquisitiveness, and proper, training in the science of absolute truth. He can relieve himself, but otherwise he can also destroy himself. All right? So, the krodha is turning the breath into total disastrous or destructive activity. This Lord Shiva is in charge. So, karanam bandha mokshaya. Lord Shiva is also the cause of appearance as well as disappearance. But Srila Prabhupada says that appearance is done through Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu is the origin. Sa ikshati sa iman lokan asrijata. The Vedas say that simply he does glancing over the inert material nature. And his glance is transcendental. Transcendental means the constituted in Satchit and Anand, three spiritual modes. Now they are coming into the opposition of material nature, which is not yet formed. But these three modes have been reflected back as Sattva, Raja and Tama. So these three, Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh, they took charge of each mode. All right? So even though all the seeds of life has been transported through the glance of Mahavishnu, they were trapped into the Mahatattva, which is composed of three modes. That is called Mahatattva. So, Brahma Samhita, Brahma is declaring that all this progeny is begotten as Maheshwari Praja. Ima Maheshwari Praja. We are all Prajas. Pra means advanced booking, and Ja means one born of Maheshwari, means material nature. So our bodies are composed of material nature. And Durga Mata, she is the custodian mother, and Lord Shiva is the via transparent medium to impart the living soul. So Lord Shiva is worshipped in Linga Yoni Katmika Jata Ima Maheshwari Praja. Linga and Yoni is being worshipped. It's not male Ling, But that male, Lord Shiva, is representing the male, not Brahma. We do not have Brahma's ansha, only Sarva yonishu kaunteya murtayanti sambhavanti jata sham mahadyonir aham bija pradapita. Krishna is the original seed-giving father, but via Lord Shiva. So therefore, Lord Shiva becomes a very important medium for us as devotees, Vaishnavanam yatha Shambhum, even though he is also in the material world, but we can be also in spiritual world. So dual existence is there. But material existence is not eternal. Spiritual existence is eternal. So therefore here, the demigods are worshipping Lord Shiva in order to, become benevolent upon them, to relieve them from the effect of poison. But the material world itself is poisonous. The nature of poison has been in everyone right from the very beginning. It's not that by churning ocean the poison has come out first. Any activity which is contrary to liberation in the material life is a poisonous thing that destroys our life. So we have to become like Lord Shiva, how he is tolerating. Because his position is spiritual, yet he has to come in the material world and keep on meditating and remembering his original nature. What is our original nature? We are part and parcel of the Supreme Whole, subservient to the desire of the Lord. We don't, out of enviousness, we create our own desire and we are in a mess, in a poisonous situation, which is ever destroying. We are given chance to come over and over again in the material life, even 8.4 species of life. But in human form of life, these are the examples that teach us into the spiritual transformations. Everything is possible. So, otherwise, those who are worshippers of demigods like Lord Shiva, what is the second offense in the holy name? Both the words, equal or independence. The names of Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma are not equivalent or independent of name of Lord Vishnu. Every activity that Lord Shiva performs, it is not his individual desire. He has been ordered by Lord Krishna. If you read in Padma Purana and Vishnu Purana, two Puranas are sufficient in our times what Lord Shiva was supposed to do. In Vishnu Purana, it is said that after Buddha incarnated and made the whole of Bharatvarsha a theist, because there is no support of Vedas, Lord Buddha denied the Vedic authority, right? But it has to be re-established. It is not an eternal function that people will be bereft of the guidance to lift them up so they can go back home, back to Godhead. Vishnu tells Lord Shiva, "Oh Shambhuji, I know you are capable. Can you do this thankless task for me?" And Lord Shiva says, "My dear Lord, tell me, You are very intelligent. See, I have denied the Vedic authority, but now time has come to re-establish the Vedic authority. But the transition is something which is very confused, and people will not understand. And we have to enter like needle and come out like plow. Means we cannot put Vedic authority directly, but indirectly. I know you can do that. So, Lord Shiva was entrusted to create an Asat Shastra, not Sat Shastra. It's a gradual thing. So, from atheism of Buddhism to another atheism with the authority of the Vedas has to be done. And this task has been asked by Lord Vishnu to Lord Shiva. And in Padma Puran, Lord Shiva tells Parvati, I will appear as a Brahman boy in Kali Yuga to postulate something similar to Buddhist philosophy, means atheist, Advaitavad. Mayavadam asat shastram prachanna gud bauddham. Mayate vihita devi brahmana rupena kalila. I will appear in this Kali Yuga as a Brahman boy to establish an Asat Shastra. Not Sat Shastra, Asat Shastra. It's a false doctrine. So, using Bhagavad Gita, he created a Sharirak Bhashya. Sharirak Bhashya means bodily conception. Is the body all in all? But at least ignorance is prevailing all over in the human psychology. Ignorance is more prevalent than any other knowledgeability. The universities do not give us knowledge. Knowledge of reality is the real thing. This is temporality. I always say the degrees you accumulate, they are nothing but oriented to the carrier of stomach. And the stomach is not going to satisfy, because that is the nature of human being. Arvak strotratu navamam kshattameko vidho nranam rajo adhika karma para dukkhecha sukhamanina. The body is constituted by Brahma, all right, where more Rajoguna has been added, so we become hyperactive. The kids are so hyperactive, they do something. Look at that, the big boys and small girls even, they become hyperactive. That's okay, as long as they do not make noise. Otherwise, noise means Lord Shiva has to invoke himself in reprimanding them. So here we say, this is how number 9th creation of human have been created. Arvak Strotra, his stomach is upside down, so it is not going to satisfy. You can keep on writing cooking books, but there will be newer and newer and newer variety will be coming up, So, Rajo Adhika, they have been endowed with hyperactivity, the nature of Rajogun. Karma para, therefore you end up in working and working and working without tangible results. And dukkhecha sukhamanina, we are so idiots that we calculate our sukha on account of dukkhas. Means dukkha is certain, sukha is completely oblivious. But yet we want to calculate our happiness in a relativity through amount of dukkha. Oh, in India I was suffering, I didn't have this, I couldn't go to faraway places. It's difficult to obtain a car in India, so it's here. Everybody has car, right? So, deprivation of one is considered to be dukkha, and obtaining the same desire is called sukha. But your sukha is calculated on the basis of dukkha. If dukkha is not there, there is no sense of sukha. But actually there is no sukha in jail, of confinement, of three modes of material. You can't liberate yourself. Are you happy? When your legs and feet are bound, you still want to dance? Yeah, desire is there, but you cannot dance, you will fall. So, this is the effect of Rajagun, and Brahma was in charge, and you can't blame Brahma. Because he is not creating only our species. He is responsible to give unicellular body to multicellular and multi-intelligent material programs, even in the demigods. And we imitate, because we are part and parcel of Krishna, we imitate to become Krishna. Qualitatively one, quantitative difference is there. So all this notion in imitation is creating our false ego. So Lord Shiva says, okay, come to me, I will smash it. So we should worship Lord Shiva, that he can smash our false ego. He is our chief, the best of the devotees. Vaishnavanam yatha sambhum. And his business is well expressed by Brahma himself in Brahma Samhita. Kshiram yatha vadidikar vishesha yogat sanjayate nahi tatah prakatas hetu yaha sambhutam api tatha samupeti karyat. What is this samupeti karyat? Withdraw. Withdraw. Withdraw from gross existence, subtle existence, withdraw. That is a temporary existence. So Lord Shiva says, you have to meditate. Just follow me. He's so detached that after that incident of killing the son of Parvati, Lord Shiva never took violence within the home. But when he was told to become, mendicant by Brahma, and he is obeying still today, you will see how detached. Lord Shiva doesn't have even a house to stay. What to speak? All the members of his family are having opposite nature of each other. Snake, mouse, peacock, they are all three anti of each other. Nandi and lion, they are also. But we never heard, is there any quarrel or fight ever happened there? That is because of Lord Shiva's leadership in meditation and keep everything in intact. So, we have to learn a lot. Otherwise, second offense in chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, that here Lord Shiva has been exclaimed on a universal level that he is one of the chief controllers. So he is having equal potency of Lord Vishnu. Otherwise, Lord Vishnu is getting the work done through Lord Shiva. So he is the representative. So it is like that. If a guru is representing Lord Krishna, similarly Lord Shiva is also representing Lord Krishna. Right? But neither we can become independent or equal to Krishna. So therefore we are told, Yastu Narayanam Devam Brahma Rudradi Daivatam Samatvena Vikheta Sa Pakhandi Bhavedravam. Pakhand means hypocrite. Oh, everything is same, don't worry, this. But he doesn't know the intricate situation that they cannot blindly take the side of Lord Shiva and worship him separately from Lord Krishna. They are not worshipping Lord Shiva in reference to Lord Shri Krishna. That is called pakhand, means hypocrites. Hypocrites may say something and that is something true, but they do not give the credit of the Supreme Absolute Truth. They think Lord Shiva will take care of it. How long you want Lord Shiva to drink the poison? Dvesh means poison. Ichha dvesha samuthena. They arise simultaneously in every living entity, and that cause of his falling into the material nature. Sarge yanti parantama, without exception. So that poison can be removed only by becoming a devotee. So that is equivalent to following Lord Shiva. Why did Lord Shiva has to drink poison? Because unless and until poison is removed, you can't get nectar. Amrita. So, yatadare vishamiva pariname amrutopamam. In the beginning, everything will taste like poison. People do not understand, they can't take our advice when the child is growing up, becoming adolescent, and then, an adult. But they have a different notion. They are overwhelmed by mode of passion. And they are not going to listen. They are so hyperactive that their mind is running somewhere in such direction that cannot be controlled. And the agencies of controlling this mode of passion have increased. So, neither they can create Swarga on this planet Earth, but their entire effort is ending up in frustration and destruction. So you can see both the things. The advancement of material life for sense gratification and the destruction which is imminent, it is also happening simultaneously. Nature is very powerful, but we have to come out from the material nature by taking the position of Lord Shiva. We have our bodies, material, but we have to tolerate these inconveniences in order to keep the spiritual stature of Dasohamasmi. And Lord Shiva is saying how to remain Dasa all the time by smashing our false ego that prevents us to remain Das. So true ego is Dasohamasmi, not Aham Brahmasmi. Prabhupada would always try to say, when somebody says, oh, Namo Narayan, Namo Narayan. We are not Narayan. We are Dasa. Jivira Svarupa Hoira Nityara Krishna Das, Krishna Tatashta Shakti Bheda Abheda Prakash. So, Lord Shiva's example is so perfect. No wonder in the Prema Rasa, Lord Shiva wants to interact with Lord Shri Krishna. Their main function of Lord Shiva is to protect the boundary of Vrindavan. So at 4 places, Lord Shiva expands himself in Nandagaon, Nandeshwar Mahadev, in Kama, that is Kamyavan, he is expanding himself, Kamadev, Kameshwar Mahadev. Then in Mathura, he is expanding his Bhuteshwar Mahadev. And in Vrindavan area, Gopeshwar Mahadev. So, you should visit, chant Hare Krishna, and Lord Shiva will dance. It is said that go to Shivalaya, pay your obeisance and chant Hare Krishna and Lord Shiva will dance. Otherwise, he will show Trishul to everybody else. Parvati also has Trishul, Ganesh has also Trishul, Lord Shiva has also Trishul, and Subramanyam Swami, not the politician, but Sanamukh also has Trishul. Anyway, so anybody has any question or comments?
Lord Shiva is in charge of the mode of ignorance. So when he appeared from Lord Brahma, why he exhibited the mode of ignorance by devouring everything?
Well, it gives effect in Mahabharata, early times of creation. It's also given a nice anecdote that originally Brahma, the first living entity, had 5 heads, and Lord Shiva also had 5 heads. But seeing Brahma equal to him, Lord Shiva says, this is not right. He was the first one to object. He said, I am a transformation of Lord Vishnu. And he is the first living entity expanded. So qualitative oneness is there. Quantitative difference is there. I am also qualitatively one with him, but I have more quantity than Brahma has. So he said, this is not fair. Trishul, and chopped up one of the head of Brahma. And Brahma said, oh, this is injustice, injustice, injustice. So both of them went to Lord Krishna. Why in the beginning of the creation of the universe, you made us equal? Yeah, in my eyes, everything is equal. But in your eyes, there is difference. Because even my expansions, personal expansion and vibhinnamsa, ansha and vibhinnamsa, we got expanded by our own desire. Shiva is expanding with Krishna's desire. So Brahma was born, every living entity first becomes Brahma when he descends from Goloka. Separate desire, element of hate. That is said in Bhagavad Gita, Ichha dvesa samuthena dvanda mohena bharata sarva bhutani sammoham sargayanti parantapa. Without exception, all of us have a different desire which is born out of hate. Krishna is the only enjoyer, but no, he can't be. If I'm having the same quality, why not? But our happiness, our equality depends upon him. Even though he gave us individuality, gave little minute independence. So it is the misuse of minute independence that is our fault. And we cannot impose that on Lord Shri Krishna. So, Brahma said, well, in my eyes, everybody is equal. I have no preference, Samoham sarva bhuteshu na dveshti na priyo asi. But ye bhajanti to mam bhaktya apirte chashvaham. One who worships me, one who acts in loving devotion to me, to him I will become more partial. There is no third or second opinion. In my eyes, even good is as good as bad. So I'm not going to be partial to all the effects which are separate from me. Only effect of devotional service is inclusive with me. So I will only be partial with the devotees. Now it's up to you. Whether you want to fight and create separation, that's up to you. But you will regret. So, but how to resolve in this material life? So, Krishna says, why do you have to take onus? Both are responsible. You both have to become responsible. So you have to share the activity of beheading Brahma's fifth head equally. But don't keep with you. Pass it on. Pass the problem on. So Brahma has his share of his head, and Lord Shiva, because of activity, he also took the other 50% share. All right. And Krishna told them, pass it on. Give it to your favorite demigod. And you become aloof. Both of you committed crime to each other, but pass on the crime to the demigods. And what I can do, I will favor one who is a devotee, and I will disfavor one who is not a devotee. So I will interchange the favor and disfavor in each millennium. So they said, in this millennium when Krishna came, in 27th cycle of Lord Brahma's Mahayuga, in a day, 1,000 cycles come. But this is the 27th cycle, and the ruler is Vaivasvat Manu. In Dwapar Yuga, Krishna came. All right? So, when Dwaparanta he came, at that time, the prowess of the share of the Brahma's fifth head, Brahma gave to Indra, and Suryadev, received the head of from Lord Shiva's share. Okay. Indra's son was Arjuna, who was to be favored, and Karna to be disfavored. So every millennium, this kind of arrangement is there to pass on the buck. Inheritance. Father leaves inheritance either in death or multi-million dollars. So we have to manage. But we think the father who left with a lot of debts, he acts like an enemy. The Chanakya Pandit says then, Rina karta pita shatru, mata shatru vibhicharini, rupavati bharya shatru, putra shatru apandita. A son is not well learned, then he becomes an enemy of the house. So from where to where all this inheritance is coming. And father who has left a lot of debts, he works like an enemy. So within our own household, we have friends and enemies. Both are there. Who will be preferred by Lord Krishna unless and until devotees? Mother may not become devotee. Mother can also circumstantially, deprived. Then a woman has a beauty unparalleled. There will be also enticing other means. It is the source of, creating enemies. These are opulence to imitate as if they have something so the world can go around them. They think they are master and honor of the whole society. No. They are actually working like enemies within the whole. So, all these metaphors or proverbs or other things, they are very instructive. Very instructive. It came as the, what you call, byproducts of Shastras. Byproducts of the Shastra. So, Niti should be there, but what kind of Niti? If it is oriented to develop Krishna consciousness, then it is needed. Otherwise it will be a story of relativity. Devotees are particularly favored because they are inclined to utilize this opportunity of existence in human form of life to serve Lord Krishna by properly understanding Jivera Swarupa Hoyer Nityara Krishna Das Krishnera Tatashta Shakti Bheda Abheda Prakash. So it's a very intelligent resolve that Krishna consciousness movement is based on, and we are so grateful to Srila Prabhupada and his followers. Today is the appearance of Gopal Krishna Maharaj. He also served Srila Prabhupada in the capacity that Prabhupada ordained him to make 11 temples in Delhi. Of course, Delhi has been bubbling up with so much corrupt money, and he knew how to utilize it. I had the privilege to learn a lot of things from him because he made me regional secretary of North India. I used to, like a crazy person, reaching out so many problematic areas. Of course, I got retired in 2004. So then I was a free bird. I have to withdraw like Lord Shiva. Otherwise, they're creating fighting everywhere, Of course, I try to go to mitigate, but this example of Lord Shiva is a personal, benediction to all of us. So, Gopal Krishna Maharaj is today 80 years old. I was 2 weeks before him. So we had a difference of only 2 weeks in between. So devotees were so much enthusiastic to celebrate in Delhi. One time, but I didn't like, because I had one disciple there. He was so much enthusiastic and competitive. I said, there is no need of competition. Everybody has their own status by remaining faithful to Srila Prabhupada, and you cannot estimate that, No. They are celebrating so nicely, so much money, and oh my God, Delhi has so much money. But what that has to do, I am not working, I am just working on the whole area. There are so many poor areas where the temples are there. But no. I said, I won't come again and have celebration in Delhi. I told him no. So, anyway, my approach is different. Maharaj has been very skillful because he did MBA from Sorbonne University. So an MBA means knows everything, how to manage the business of Krishna consciousness also. He was the CEO of Pepsi Cola in Montreal, and Prabhupada grabbed him. Of course, so because he was the only Indian who was so much faithful to the teachings of Srila Prabhupada and tried to manage. He was also secretary for some time, but Prabhupada brought him to India. So he had one of the largest zone. He has also retained a zone in Canada, the whole Canada. I mean, Canada is so big, and there were a few temples. I still go there. But anyway, the contribution in management, even though there are so many difficulties, managing material life or material organization, why ISKCON is a spiritual organization, but it has a material body, right? Prabhupada said, ISKCON is my body. You can't depend upon it, but body protects the organization. Body is for protection of the organization. So our internal organization of Krishna consciousness must be protected through this discipline of the human body. 4 regulative principles, chanting 16 rounds minimum, one guarantees the liberation, that is the 4 regulative principles of liberation are there. And going back to Godhead through the strength of the holy name, that is there. So, 2 things are required. Krishna consciousness runs on the railroad track, 2 tracks. First is Bhagavat Vidhi and second is Pancharatik Vidhi. So, everything will be satisfied, and Srila Prabhupada beautifully conceived this Shastric methodology, By the way, Lord Shiva was personally taught and instructed by Lord Vishnu. Therefore, Lord Shiva's Sampradaya, Rudra Sampradaya, is very authentic. But unfortunately, Rudra Sampradaya was existing till Vishnu Swami, and Vedavyasapriya, who was follower of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, after his was approved through the agency of Gadadhar Pandit, that is coming in the Madhya Leela, Vedavyasapriya was offered also the seat of Acharya in Rudra Sampradaya, because there was nobody. So he did join the Rudra Sampradaya. But after he left, his children Vitthalesh, and they were scholars, but they want to follow their father. It became seminal succession, not disciplic succession. And the effect of bodily conception is there, therefore it will dwindle soon. It does not last long. So we see a lot of anomalies. Here, in the assembly of devotees, one who becomes advanced in resolve to carry on Srila Prabhupada's legacy, he will be given opportunity. So it's a very democratic situation that out of the pool of so many devotees, some devotees who are strong in commitment, every activity and the department of our administration, when somebody enters, they have to take the oath of allegiance to Srila Prabhupada. And therefore, we cannot go beyond the boundary of the institution. The GBCs officiate the desire of Srila Prabhupada collectively with 2/3 majority. This is Kali Yuga, and Prabhupada instituted that. Otherwise, he was sole responsible to guide the GBC. So in his absence, Srila Prabhupada made this very beautiful arrangement, satisfactory in a very democratic world, It's not autocratic world. When Lord Shiva fears to be autocratic, Brahma fears to be autocratic, now Krishna can smash both of them. But Lord Shiva is such a position that he will be misunderstood by his so-called followers. But because he is the best of the Vaishnavas, we have to follow how the Vaishnava understands the position of Lord Shiva, which is very unique. It is all auspicious. Shiva means all auspicious. You might have heard Satyam, Shivam and Sundaram. All these three are the character of Lord Vishnu. It applies to Lord Vishnu. Shivam means beneficiary, Kalyanakari. And we think our Kalyan is only in obtaining a beautiful wife or a Mercedes Benz. And we worship him. Ashutosh, okay, he will support me. So, it's very, very important to understand the role of Shiva. Because we are in the delusion of duality. And Lord Shiva knows how to be on one side, not on the other side. When the time of devastation comes, knowing Lord Krishna's desire, he will dance and inundate the whole world. There, even Brahma will have to go. That was also the case in Mahabharata. Bhishma Pitamaha and Dronacharya, they knew Lord Krishna, but they have to go. And Krishna made it. So who are we? We have to go. But try to collect so much wealth of Vaishnavas, treasure house of bhakti. It will promote us further and further. So thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki